Okay, hey everyone. Carroll Moon here from KidFit. This is episode 1 of the KidFit Role Model Interview Series. I'm so excited to have Mr. Zach Homol here with us today. Zach is a professional power lifter and fitness guru, and he was willing enough to invest his time to tell his story to us today. Zach, can you talk to us about all of these great pictures on the screen and tell us a little bit about who you are through those?
Absolutely, Carol. First, thank you so much for inviting me on these interview series for KidFit. I absolutely love what you guys have going on. I was very humbled when you reached out to me. I seen this guy reach out to me on Twitter. He's like, "Hey, man, you want to be on an interview?" And I went ahead and checked in your guys' YouTube page and to see what you had going on, man. I was like, "Oh, I'm so humbled that he, took the time out of his day to ask me to be a part of this." So, first and foremost, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak what's on my heart and speak about my life. So thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
But yeah, let's go ahead and jump in a little bit. That's on the screen. Down there on the bottom left-hand side, you'll see Iron Valley Barbell. That's our logo for our gym. 2 years ago, I opened up Iron Valley Barbell here in Indianapolis. Opened up Iron Valley Barbell on 100% faith, man. Very little money. I knew no one really in Indianapolis. I just moved to the city actually it was 1 year exactly prior to me opening up Iron Valley Barbell. I'd moved to the city. So when I opened up Iron Valley Barbell, my hope was to impact the community in a positive way and bring light into the community. Iron Valley or Indianapolis at that time also was the most unfit largest city in America.
Wow.
So I knew that I could really make a difference here in the city with opening up Iron Valley Barbell. And it's been amazing to see what God's done through Iron Valley Barbell the last 2 years. So I'm very thankful for opening up Iron Valley Barbell and that I had the faith in God, instilled the faith in me to open up the gym, because I would never be here on this interview without previously opening up Iron Valley Barbell.
Yeah.
So, that's Iron Valley Barbell. If you guys haven't been, we have guests every weekend from all over the United States come and just visit the atmosphere. It's a great place, but it's not the gym. We don't offer nothing fancy. Everything's used equipment for the most part. It's your, old school rugged type of gym. But it's the people that make it. We have a lot of phenomenal people, a lot of phenomenal members in Iron Valley Barbell. Beside that is ZachHomolFitness.net. ZachHomolFitness.net is my premier online training website. We offer 9 new programs a month, from sport-specific training, women's weight loss and toning. We offer open Q&A forums, military combat-oriented training, nutrition plans, basically anything you want. It's like Netflix for fitness is what I like to call it.
That's awesome.
It's again, another in the programming and the nutrition plans and open Q&A. The service we provide is phenomenal. But it's again, the people who make up ZachHomolFitness.net, all the forums, people interacting, keeping holding each other accountable for the New Year's resolutions. And that's what really makes the site. We have like an open forum, like a Facebook forum. That's what really makes the site so special and separates it from any other site, is the community and the people involved.
And they get ask you questions too, right? They get access to you if they need help.
24/7. Yeah, they ask me open Q&As as much as they want, as many questions they have. Basically, you're getting a one-on-one trainer in a sense for $9 a month. Is for ZachHomolFitness.net. It's something, again, it's very similar to you guys. I grew up, I didn't have the worst life in the world, but there was a lot of times in my life where I had to struggle growing up, and we didn't always have money, for new clothes and just basically the basic necessities, let alone, $9 or $20, $50, $30 a day for a trainer. So, when I was growing myself in the space here in fitness, I was very similar to you guys, looking, how can I give back to, in a sense, a younger me who can't afford, to have that premier trainer and that premier spot in town. So I wanted to offer my services as absolutely cheap as I possibly can so I can really reach the masses.
That's great.
And that's when ZachHomolFitness.net established. Now, beside that, that's just one of my ebooks. I also write ebooks every 10 weeks. I write a new ebook just in case someone's not so hip, if you will, to the subscription-based models. I make sure I develop programming for those people. We sell ebooks every 10 months. They have, nutrition plans, 8 weeks of programming, the same type of gist in a sense, exercise breakdowns, just in an ebook. And above that is the podcast, the Zach Homol Show. We have a podcast, weekly podcast, which has been absolutely phenomenal to have the podcast. I've been running a podcast now for almost 2 years.
Wow.
And it's been really exciting. I feel like I can really get through to a lot of people when I'm in their ear once a week or twice a week. So I really enjoy doing the podcast. If you guys haven't tuned in, we're on any podcast app, iTunes, Stitcher, anything you want to find us on. The Zach Homol Show.
Man, that's awesome. It's just awesome to hear what you're doing, and helping people, and even helping us. I mean, I know probably most of the people watching this don't know anything about KidFit, but our goal is to provide mentoring and opportunities for kids, no matter whether they can pay or not. We're starting here in Lynchburg, Virginia, and the plan is to branch out across the U.S. and even beyond over time. We're going to help with travel teams. We're sponsoring a 7-on-7 team here in Lynchburg right now. A lot of kids can't afford that. We're going to make sure that they can. Camps, football camps, and basketball camps, baseball camps, all that. A lot of times kids can't afford that. And so our goal is to make it accessible to everyone and subsidize it through the ministry. And then also a training, kind of like what you're doing, but aimed at kids, to give them an opportunity to get access to great trainers who love on them and are trying to be the hands and feet of Christ here.
That is absolutely phenomenal, man. Are you guys doing that now through just different gyms in the community, or how are you guys connected?
Right now, it's in our garages. It's
I love that. I absolutely love that.
Yeah, garages, and we show up at parks to practice, and we raise enough money. We're renting fields with lights on them so we can practice during the week, stuff like that. But it's starting small. But I actually left my other company. I've been at Microsoft 17 and a half years. This Friday will be my last day. I'm starting a new company, a cloud software company, to help Microsoft. But more importantly, the reason I'm doing it is so that company, part of the profits will go straight to KidFit, and that way we can help grow the vision. It's God's vision, not my vision, but grow the vision with funding and not have to be beholden to other people to do it.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. That's absolutely. I'm lost for words with how awesome that is that you guys are doing. I love the idea of starting where you're starting now. You're just going the idea of, okay, we don't have the facility or whatever. We're just truly looking to give back, and we're willing to do whatever it takes. I love that idea. It's resilient.
It's fun, man. It's been the best couple. We've been thinking about it, praying about it for a bunch of years, and finally took the leap to set up the nonprofit in November, and then just everything started falling in place. God, once we started taking the first step, everything has been following.
That's awesome.
So let me ask you. The slides seem to be working here. The great picture of you with the cross tat on your back, and but Jesus is important to you, man. That's how I found you. I've been following you for a couple of years, and I said, man, Zach loves Jesus, and he's the strongest dude I see that I feel like I know, because I've been following you so long. Why is Jesus so important to you?
Yeah, so that's funny you brought up the whole cross tattoo on the back, and it's connecting it with Jesus, with tattoos and Jesus. I'm liking where we're kind of going with that now. That's been kind of a challenge for me with the older generations, understanding the tattoos and everything. But for me, Jesus is so important to me that God sent His one and only Son, Jesus Christ, to die on the cross for my sins. Something that I don't feel like I could ever feel worthy of. It's very challenging to even believe, that we are created by something that loves us enough to send their one and only Son to die on the cross for me. So for me to give my heart to Jesus and to devote my life to the Lord I feel like it should be done, because I couldn't imagine sending my one and only Son to die on a cross, and that just goes to show how much the Father loves us as His people. So for me, that's why Jesus is so important to me.
Yeah, that's awesome. And He saved me 6 years ago yesterday, and I've got some tats too. Like I don't know,
all right.
Jesus tats. They're all Jesus right. themed and crosses and stuff. So even the old guy in the room here, I love the tats, and I love Jesus with you. So that's awesome.
I love that, man.
Tell me a little bit about powerlifting here. There's no telling how much weight that is. You're pulling the bars, bending. Why is powerlifting so important to you?
This is 705 for the record. I was super excited about that lift, man. That was I fought many years to get that. Actually, it's a PR for me, and I got it for 4 reps. So wow. I was real excited. So powerlifting's a sport, so I wouldn't consider powerlifting that important in a sense to me. The sport of powerlifting itself, rather strength training in general, just all things lifting, is extremely important to me, because it's my passion. I'm extremely passionate about making people strong, helping people reach their fitness goals, and for multiple reasons. Just one being that I've witnessed more on I mean, I can't even say on more than one occasion because it's been hundreds, if not now thousands of times. People's lives completely change from the minute they walked into a gym and found that inner strength inside of them to see they were capable, of achieving something they never believed they were able to achieve before. So I've watched lifting weights change people internally. So that became extremely passionate. I became extremely passionate about that. And I started actually mixing it that, powerlifting and strength training is my passion, but my purpose is helping people. I was just able to couple those two together. And, that's where I'm at today by having the ability to couple my passion with what I believe is my purpose here on earth. I feel like once anyone's able to couple their passion and their purpose together, they're truly going to be unstoppable.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. That's awesome. And that's a good segue to the next question, really. And I think you kind of just answered part of it is why is the combination of Jesus and powerlifting and all that so important to you?
Absolutely. Because for the powerlifting, just like I said before, powerlifting is something I'm in. Strength training and helping other people is something I'm very passionate about. But my true purpose is I'm on this earth, I believe, to help provide. One of my buddies used this a couple of weeks ago on the podcast. I'm a lighthouse. I really like that analogy I felt very humbled when he said that I hope that I can, lead people. I want people to look over, especially in my gym, it's very intense. The emotions are running high. There's a lot of testosterone in the room. You know how it gets in the, heated room. And I want people to look over and say, who's that guy? Why is that guy always so happy? What's going on with that guy? They come over to me and, start attracting more people to me, and more people ask questions and like, hey, you know what? Let me introduce you to this guy I know. Let me introduce you to this, and, try to show them the way, that I feel like I've been so blessed to be in the position I am in right now, because I'm able to get through to a lot of the younger generation. I'm only 26. I still consider myself fairly young. Yeah. So with that being said, that I can really get, I mentor a lot of high school kids, a lot of kids just coming into college. So I feel like being in the position I'm at right now, that I can lead people in the right direction, because I still have I'm still in that younger generation. Yeah. So for me, I believe this is, the combination of the two, of believing in, putting Jesus in my heart first, having the passion for powerlifting, and knowing what my purpose is, that I'm going to be able to lead people in the end to Jesus, is where the recipe it all formulates together in a pot.
That's fantastic, man. You make me want to go lift some weights and talk about Jesus too. It's just awesome, man. It's so cool to talk to you and hear that kind of heart-wise. I think we're both kind of in the same place. We're trying to help people and do it because we love Jesus and we love people. So it's awesome. Thank you. I did want to give you a chance too. That there'll be a lot of kids that watch this over the years and immediately, and then their parents. I'm sure they'll watch it too. What's your message for all those people?
Yeah. So I didn't really prepare for these questions. Like I said, Carroll, I'm kind of going off the top of my head. So I'm just going to go with what I feel here in my heart. When it comes to the kids, growing up as a kid, I do this thing now. I don't know if you ever heard this story, but whenever I was a younger kid, we didn't always have money each year to buy new school clothes. So, clothes started getting tighter. I remember wearing hoodies, and I would have to cut the necks out of the hoodie, kind of line down the hoodie here, so it would fit. And I remember the kids making fun of me, why you cut your hoodies? Why are you gonna do that? Blah, blah, blah. And at that time, I felt like I was alone, very alone. And like I was the only kid dealing with those certain problems and that adversity. And I was wondering, why me at that time? So for the kids out there who might feel that same way, just to know that you're not alone first. You're not alone. And to know that when you're given those particular adversities in your life, they're very defining on especially which route you're going to choose next. And for a lot of years, I chose the wrong route next. And if I had the mentorship, from someone like you or me right now, if I had that sort of mentorship to point me in the right direction, where my life could have been at a faster rate, even what it is now, or to see if I didn't accept Jesus into my heart, where I could have been. So for the kids listening to this, to know that, you're not alone. The clothes you wear don't define who you are. And I try to live that out every day. I don't know if you see it on my Instagram, my shoes I wear that I train in right now are just wrapped up in duct tape.
Yeah.
They feel if I can afford a pair of shoes, but I won't buy a new pair because I want to be able to relate to those kids in those positions and situations. Awesome. Sorry, 1 second. And then for the hoodies, I still cut my hoodies. Every hoodie, I own a successful clothing apparel line, and I get new hoodies in and I cut them because it's a constant reminder of where I've been, and that the clothes is not what makes the man. It's the man that wears the clothes is what makes the clothes.
Oh man, that's awesome. That's awesome. Awesome.
Thank Sorry, I'm a little emotional.
No, it's beautiful, man, and that's exactly what we're hoping and thankful and so grateful for you to join us and tell your story and responding on Twitter to some random guy that you didn't know from anybody out there. So you're the first, and I pray that there'll be more, and I think this will be so impactful. I pray that it'll impact kids' lives and parents' lives. And so I just want to, from my heart, thank you for taking the time and investing the time to help KidFit and to just help kids all over the world that we're going to be able to help together. So thank you.
Yeah, I'm super excited, man. I'm thankful to be on.
Thank you.